TPR.
Hi everyone, welcome to episode 4 of the TPR Roundup. The main podcast is on a break, but we're still doing this. This episode is with Rahail again, returning guest, returning expert, and the
Number
discussion is
one.
going to be the discussion is going to be about the latest Doctor Strange movie. If you haven't seen it, there's going to be lots of spoilers, so this is your only warning in the episode. There'll be written stuff.
Everything after this is spoilers, all right?
Yeah, everything.
If you haven't logged out now, you had your chance.
What do you think about the movie?
Uh,
Yeah.
I feel like a different person. Like the last time we did this, right? I had so much to say.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the Batman again, by the way, because I enjoyed it so much.
Oh, very good.
I thought it was like a new pinnacle, a new day for superhero movies.
Yeah.
And then I saw Doctor Strange a few days ago.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've just gone back like
Yep.
10 years at least.
Yep.
Like, I think, like, out of all of the Marvel movies, like, things like The Eternals
Yeah.
and
Which I haven't
Shang-Chi.
seen.
Oh, no. Oh, which one did you see?
Eternals. I just never watched it.
Oh, well. You're not missing out on much, all right? I think
Yeah.
that is technically the worst MCU movie ever made.
People say.
But
yeah.
this one could have been one of the best because they literally had a free hand.
Yeah.
They could have done anything, gone anywhere, shown anything, right?
Yeah.
And they did do a lot of cool stuff. Like, it was very gory. They did
It
some.
was.
It was very graphic. Yeah,
Lots of jump scares.
jump scares, a lot of killing. You
Lot of
actually saw
killing.
people like
Straight
yeah,
up.
straight up like decapitations and cut in
Yeah.
half.
Yeah.
We can actually do a we can do a rundown of every death that we saw in the movie as well, if we
Okay.
remember it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think this is the most frustrating Marvel movie that I've seen
Yeah.
because I feel like the lead character, Doctor Strange, is acting out of character. Like, he's not the person that we saw in the Infinity Saga. He's not the one that made that call about
Yeah.
giving the Time Stone to Thanos. Like, this guy just seems like a fucking bumbling idiot.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. And it should actually just be titled Wanda. Like, the movie is more about Wanda than it is Doctor Strange. And
Yeah.
she feels like the main character. She does more,
Yeah.
and she has an arc,
Yeah.
right? I don't really see where Doctor Strange starts and what he by the end of it. He develops the third eye, like me, so we got that in common, right?
Okay.
So, other than that, where does his story go? What
So-
happens in this movie?
To summarize what happens in the movie, it opens with America Chavez, new character. Her power
Yeah.
is she opens portals in between universes. So there's the multiverse.
Yeah.
Stuff. And
Like, just naturally. Well, she's like just born like that.
yeah,
She
yeah,
just woke up one morning and she could just jump universes.
yeah, yeah.
Well, she doesn't actually. They actually show that scene.
They show how
Yeah.
it happens. Yeah. So she's being pursued, and then Doctor Strange comes across her, and turns out that somebody magic is pursuing her. Witch magic through a series of deductions. It is deduced. So he goes to Wanda for help, and
Yeah.
it turns out that Wanda has gone insane, and she
Yeah.
is the one pursuing this kid, so she can hop multiverses and find her kids in another universe, kids from the Wanda.
But she's also doing this by also hopping multiverses because she's able to follow America through the multiverse anyway to try and get America.
I think that wasn't there. That wasn't there at the start. She was following her through some sort of demons or
Yeah.
magic through multiverses. But then
Yeah.
she does it like herself as well with the dream walking thing. Turns out the book that she got in WandaVision, Darkhold, Book of Dark Magic,
Yeah.
has driven her insane. That plus her grief as a white woman has driven her insane. And that's it. And then she's just going. Doctor Strange then decides that this is too dangerous. She destroys Kamartaj
Kamartaj,
city in like half a day. Doctor Strange has America make a portal. She does this when she's stressed. They escape into another universe, which looks a lot like this one. Like
Yep.
somebody was saying they could have gone to so many universes, and they chose
Yeah.
one where the only difference was buildings have trees.
Buildings have plants
Yeah,
growing off the balconies, which
yeah,
we kind of have right now at a lower scale, but
yeah, yeah,
that was
yeah.
their main
And
thing. There's a
big
universe where everyone was paints.
everyone. Oh, there
There is a
was
paints.
that
There were
entire
paints.
sequence also pissed me off because it was just another version of the sequence they did in the first Doctor Strange, where he goes in
Yeah.
the astral plane thing. It was
Yeah.
exactly that, just
Yeah.
universes.
Yeah.
But that was a cool sequence still. And then they find the Illuminati, which is apparently a collection of the biggest and smartest minds, superheroes in that universe. Uh, a sequence I hated. We'll come to that. And then Wanda somehow gets there,
Yeah.
kills the Illuminati. Another thing, which is a stupid thing. Then Doctor Strange is running. I think they come back to the main universe, and somehow or the other, Wanda is convinced that her actions are evil, uh, because she ends up scaring the children in the other universe that she was going to adopt, and that is when she
Yeah.
realizes that's bad, and then she kills herself, and Doctor Strange comes back, and that's it.
Wears a sassy scarf, goes for a nice walk in the city
Yeah,
twice.
yeah.
He goes for a lot of walks, this guy, all
He
right?
goes for a lot of walks. Yeah. It's really like one of those coming of age teen movies where the girls finally move to the big city, and at the end, she knows who she is, where she belongs.
He's emancipated himself. Doctor
Yeah.
Strange, he found himself. He moved on from that woman.
He fixed his watch after 10 years. I don't know.
Was it 10 years between his
Like
accident where
story-wise,
he...
it's at least
Yeah.
been 6 since his crash. But yeah, and that's it. That's the whole movie. Everyone's just running around reacting to Wanda. My biggest problems.
Wanda. Okay.
Wanda's gone crazy. Okay, fine.
Fucking mental. Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't explain really that the Darkhold is pushing her into craziness.
Yeah.
Even other people in other universes who have the Darkhold, they sort of like mutate or whatever, but they don't go full crazy. Like there's another Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He doesn't go
like
full
Doctor
crazy.
Strange with a lot more eyeshadow. Like, you know, he's got sunken cheeks, you know.
Yeah,
you can tell that he's fucked up, right?
Yeah,
he's talking in an evil way.
Yeah.
But Wanda's pretty much acting a lot like Wanda did in all the other movies, right?
Yeah.
Like she's doing evil things.
Yeah.
But she herself does not visually look evil or act evil in that sense, I feel.
And also, the book and the dark magic gave her this power boost, which is incomparable, insane. Like the Illuminati, we talked about them. Let's talk about why.
We're basically that universe's Avengers, right?
Yeah,
the Illuminati are, what was it, Earth 383s?
838.
Yeah, there you go, whatever.
Yeah. So they are the Sorcerer Supreme, who is Baron Mordo. Captain Britain, who is Peggy, from that thing. Captain Marvel, who is her friend, the pilot from Captain Marvel's movie, whose daughter Wanda tortured in her show.
In her show, who then became a superhero herself. Never heard about again.
Never brought.
This would have been a good opportunity.
Yeah. Fantastic, Mr. Fantastic, John Krasinski.
Yeah.
People lost their
the internet got what they want. Yeah.
Yeah. And I hated it.
Oh really? What do you hate about
it? I hated it because, and then also Patrick Stewart, Professor X.
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. He's so
the new Patrick Stewart. That is just like this in everything now.
I was pissed at John Krasinski especially because it felt like too much fan service. Like, oh, the internet wants him. Let's put him in. Everyone's going to tweet about it. It really felt like that. And then also, there's also Black Bolt from the Inhumans show that
was a disaster.
A disaster.
And Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, career revival.
Okay. So this dude, I hated John Krasinski because it was such open fan service. And then also, when they all get together to fight Wanda, he dies in like
He's
A
the first
second.
one to die.
Is he? No,
Yeah.
the second. Black Bolt dies
Who's
first.
the first one?
Black Bolt's head pops first.
Oh shit!
Yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
the
sorry, man.
Inhumans, like they're only there. The Illuminati are only there to die. That is
Yeah.
their entire purpose. And Wanda barely struggles. Like
Yeah.
Black Bolt's gone in a second. Mr. Fantastic becomes string cheese in the next 2 seconds.
Then
Because
his
when
head,
he,
then
yeah,
his head explodes at the end of it.
yeah. And then while their colleagues are dying, Captain Marvel and Captain Britain are just standing there, being
Yeah. Just
okay.
like pumping each other up. You got this, girl. You got this. Yes, I'm behind you. I will watch you die.
And then they run on opposite sides of this hallway. Peggy
Yeah.
throws her shield a few times, then gets sliced with it. I feel like
Yeah.
this would never have happened to Steve Rogers. So
Because of his huge balls, would have protected him.
I don't know. He fought Thanos. He fought Thanos for a while.
They could have used this Wanda for Thanos, I have to admit. This Wanda in Infinity War would have made it much more entertaining.
Yeah.
Even though it was very entertaining.
And then Captain
But
Marvel officially mentioned as
Yeah.
the strongest Avenger
Yeah,
multiple times.
Yeah.
She flew through Thanos' ship. She dies because Wanda drops a 15-foot statue on her. She just dies.
She dies by the power of rocks and cement.
So Captain America is the greatest human unless it's a woman. And Captain Marvel is the strongest Avenger unless she's black. And
I feel like this episode of this podcast is veering dangerously into very racist and sexist territory now.
no, I'm
Because
not supporting this. I'm saying that's what it looks like.
appears okay.
Yeah, because
it's not what you believe.
No, of course not. It doesn't make sense in universe, right?
Yeah,
like
true.
they should be so much better. It would have been better had Wanda won. That would be fine. She has to win, but she should have struggled like way more. And
Yeah, like a broken arm or something, like
Something.
like in Infinity War, where everyone struggled.
And then Professor X shows up, and he fought Phoenix in the movies, or withstood her for several minutes, and Wanda kills him in under in like 30 seconds,
Minute and a half.
Yeah,
Goes into her mind.
Something she's never done
He
before.
does that. Yeah,
and he is the most powerful telepath in the universe.
yeah.
But then she just shows up and snaps his neck in his mind, and he's dead.
Which actually kills him physically.
Which
in
it's like
reality.
the Matrix, I guess. In that way.
I feel very much that entire sequence was done in reshoots because there's a very disjointed quality to it, especially to the way that the characters stand together and interact with one another.
Yeah.
I feel like half of those people weren't actually there at the same time
Okay.
with one another.
Okay.
So that's why some of them are dispatched in such, I don't know, like, obscene or obnoxious ways because they weren't actually there when the scene was shot.
Someone else who wasn't there was the Sorcerer Supreme of that universe, Baron Mordo, who had fallen into what looked like a drain.
A ditch.
And this Sorcerer Supreme was just stuck there as his whole team died. And that's it.
Sorcerer Supreme needs a Sorcerer Supreme ladder. That's why his main tool should have been.
Yeah. And then, they Doctor Strange and America Chavez, they just run away into another universe.
A lot running away.
Yeah. No one defeats Wanda. Wanda defeats herself. Like she realizes.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And
so Doctor Strange doesn't actually do much in this movie.
No.
I feel like once Wanda had eventually maybe realized that she is bad, she might have killed herself anyway. Maybe in the tub, slit her wrists or something. But I feel like Raiders of the Lost Ark, Doctor Strange himself as a protagonist, had very little to contribute to the story.
Yeah.
If you remove Doctor Strange from he just ran.
There was that stupid
and he had
thing.
some chats with his ex.
Yeah, that never ended. Another thing I hated about the movie. So in Harry Potter, I've said this to many people I know in real life, so I'll say this here too. In the Harry Potter movies, all the spells have like a command, right? And the
Okay.
command sort of, tells you what the spell is, and you have to do a thing, and
All
that
right.
seems to be the process. Everyone's doing it. Everyone from Harry Potter in first year to Voldemort at the end.
Yeah.
Then
Right.
Fantastic Beast shows up. Nobody's
Okay.
saying shit. And the magic has gone to unbelievable levels, like walls folding in on themselves and people getting made into paint on the walls, just crazy levels. In
Okay.
the latest Fantastic Beasts, duels are happening in what seems to be the astral plane. So
All right.
Dumbledore gets cornered by Flash, I forget his name, and they have a fight in the middle of the city, but it's not because they're in some other dimension, and then the blah blah blah. And you're like, what is this? There's no background, there's no explanation. It's just look at the special effects.
You mean
And
like Return of the Skywalker and the entire new Star Wars sequels, where
yeah,
Rey and Kylo Ren had all these new abilities that are exactly the same. This new astral plane, new age bullshit that
oh,
everyone
the
seems to be doing
connection
now.
thing. Yeah. Well, actually, Ryan Johnson had a book where he showed that this can happen, and I love that movie. The Last Jedi, I think that's where it was, right? Where they were
It was the Last
communicating.
Jedi and the Last Skywalker, the new Skywalker. Something about the Rise of Skywalker. That's
Okay,
it.
I think it probably carried it over, but yeah, I remember people being pissed about it. But no, at least in that it was like a small thing, like someone in the first Star Wars, Finn shoots Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren
Yeah,
stops the laser, and that's
yeah.
like, oh shit, that's crazy. But it's like he's using the Force. The Force
Okay,
stops things. Maybe it can stop a laser bolt, right? It's not
okay,
a whole new dimension. So in this,
okay.
there's books, there's spells.
Yeah, right.
Apparently, music notes written on paper can
I think
become
that was
I
cringy.
I don't know what.
That
Um,
entire scene. See, when I saw, did you see What If? Did you see
I
What
did
If?
see. I did see. I saw it the morning of the movie, all of it, because I was like,
Thinking
maybe I
it's going to
need
be really
this.
important.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't. Not a single
because
thing.
you know that Doctor Strange that went through that entire journey in that episode of What If,
That was so
and
good.
he looks exactly like this character,
That's what
and he
everyone
could have
thought.
totally been this character. Yeah, for some reason, he's not that character
At all. At
at all.
all. There's a
Even though
great
they totally could be.
yeah, there's a great Doctor Strange episode in the What If series, and that Doctor
Yes,
Strange looks a lot like the third Doctor
this one.
Strange we saw, where
Yeah.
our main Doctor Strange has a music fight, which is literally they are picking up notes of music from
From
sheet
sheet paper.
music paper and throwing them at each other, and there's no
You hear the
spells.
music.
You hear the
You hear the
music.
music.
It just
Love
looks
Beethoven.
like, look at all the special effects we can do. Can you imagine how stupid they looked while shooting it? Like,
Pew, 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 wah, wah. This is like, I won this thing where
yeah,
she's like at a rave,
yeah,
where she's doing Kathak dance,
yeah.
Indian classical dance.
I don't
That's
know.
what all of this looked like.
It just felt, and then America Chavez's story
Oh, fuck.
was the most typical mutant story. Oh, kid with powers, can't control them. They unleash when she's emotional. I believe in you. Sorted.
She's a minority. She's
Yes.
of
Yeah.
Latin American origin, but also
Two moms.
two moms. And she's also supposed to be a lesbian, but I don't know if they mentioned that in this movie or not. It was a big deal in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Was it a big deal that she was a lesbian or that her moms were?
I thought she was supposed to be the lesbian, but
They
I
never
don't know.
talk about
They
it.
didn't mention it in they didn't mention it in the movie.
Yeah. I think, and it was weird because the movie's been banned in some parts of Pakistan too. I would have thought
Oh,
ban it for magic. Maybe that makes more sense. But no,
sorcery, jadoo.
that lesbian thing was like never referred to. It was maybe a minute, and they died. Spoiler.
Yeah,
Again.
they're dead.
Yeah.
That's what happens to lesbians, all right?
Yeah,
So Saudi
yeah.
Arabia, they're on your side. Release
Yeah.
the movie.
But no, I don't know. I don't know. And then the fucking, you know what? The final nail was the final nail, which was the second post-credit scene, where Bruce Campbell is like, "It's over," and
Yeah.
it was like, you pieces of shit, you made us all condition ourselves.
Wait 5 minutes.
Yeah, you taught us this, and now you're making fun of us for waiting. This movie really pissed me off. Like, I don't know if it's
No, but how bad was the mid-credit scene, which was exactly like the literal end of the movie, where Doctor
like
Strange goes out for a jaunty walk in the spring, puts on his little scarf, falls down screaming. All right, that's the end of the movie. And then in the mid-credit scene, which is literally after just the main characters, he's out on a walk again. Portal opens. That chick, Charlize Theron, comes out. I forgot the name of her character, but I'm sure she's a big deal. Clea.
Clea.
She comes out. I'm sure that's going to lead nowhere.
Yeah.
And Third Eye comes out again, but this time he's like, let's do
the first time the Third Eye comes out, obviously, every time the Third Eye comes out, there's a guitar squeal. Every time. Yeah.
Like Wayne's World.
It's so stupid. And the first time it comes out, as he's on his walk, he falls down. It's like agony.
Yeah.
This time, he's like, I got 3. And they're like,
let me go first. I can see more.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, fine. We've been really, really negative about this movie. What did we like about it? Must have liked something.
Nothing. Wong. What was the point of Wong?
He got promotion. He's a serious guy now.
Did nothing. What was the point of those 4 huge stone rock demons that were guarding Wanda on Mount Wundagore? Nothing. They stood up, they kneeled, they stood up again, and they fell down.
Oh wow. I didn't even think about those guys. That was really sad. Yeah. We're supposed to be talking about things we liked. All right, fine. We're going to continue with things we hated. All right, the graphics. All right. Now this is where I'm going to lean on back to the Batman. I'm not obsessed about that movie, as some people might think. Chicks I meet, I'm just like, hey, have you seen the Batman? They're like, no, of course not. I'm like, you need to see it, and then they block me right away. So what I loved, it just seemed so grown up with such grown up artistic cinematography. It seemed like the kind of movie that you would wear a tux or a tie to see, and then discuss.
Yeah.
This looked like cheap Sega video game graphics now.
Yeah.
And I think this is a problem now with the MCU. Actually, the Eternals didn't. Everything in that was like desaturated and like documentary style visuals. But in this, it really stood out to me how glaringly and garish the colors were. And it was just too cheap looking and too colorful somehow.
So Marvel does have a problem with colors. People have been pointing this out as from whenever the Zack Snyder movie started. They've been saying, because obviously Snyder has his own crazy fans, but visually those movies look a lot more punchy. The colors are way more saturated, which you never notice until you compare them. Like when you're watching a Marvel movie, you're like, all right, whatever. But there was a shot of Batman versus Superman compared to the Civil War big fight, the first big fight.
Yeah.
And Civil War looks
at the airport.
Gray. Yeah. Civil War looks super gray, which is why when Thor 3 came out, people were so like, oh my God, the visuals, they just had normal saturation.
But that was also led on from Guardians of the Galaxy. So I feel like Thor 3 was just a response to what Guardians of the Galaxy did.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Yeah. We love colors. Yeah. We like music. Yeah. Let's add all this to Thor.
Yeah.
That's how I saw it. So I wasn't a huge Thor 3 fanboy like a lot of people were. I don't like Thor 3.
I thought it had it was funny, and the acting was all that, the humor was there, but I thought there was way more funny humor than story.
Yeah, exactly. It just became like a mockery of the characters.
And that's what Chris Hemsworth has become, by the way. That's his one character he does in every movie now. Hot idiot.
Goofy guy.
Yeah.
Look at me, I have pecs, but I'm also funny, ladies.
Yeah. He's that in every movie now. He was that in Men in Black. He was that in that female Ghostbusters movie. He's that in the new Thor, the Avengers movies.
Did he do that Netflix movie? The Netflix Extraction. That's it.
Yeah. The yellow movie.
That was serious.
The entire movie is yellow because it's in Bangladesh. So
obviously that's how we see the world, right?
We're wearing those yellow glasses like Bono. That's how he sees the world. Imagine what Bono sees when he watches Extraction. It's fucking goes insane.
God, what does Bono look like without his glasses?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, back to movies, man. Fuck this film. Like, I want to like it. I was looking forward to it quite a bit. Like, the trailers made it look really dark and like, okay, there's going to be some serious stuff going on.
Yeah.
But then it just became like a chase caper movie.
Yeah.
And the movie that I was expecting with Doctor Strange, it was actually given to Wanda.
Yeah.
Now, if they had just marketed it, it was her movie.
Yeah.
And she was great in it. Like, I'm not going to say, like, I didn't want this. Yeah. Like, it was actually a very cool story with Wanda, I feel.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
There's something was missold to me, and I don't like that.
Doctor Strange had, and there was supposed to be like, they kept trying to force this Doctor Strange arc where he's like, oh, you have to fix everything. That's your problem, Steven. You have to fix everything.
You're a dickhead.
You have to hold the knife, blah, blah, blah. He saved the universe. Like,
exactly.
A year ago.
He was dust for 5 years.
Yeah.
All right. So that you could live. All right. You don't get to say shit to Doctor Strange.
Also, I was sort of offended when he met that guy who's like, my cats died. And Doctor Strange was like, oh, this idiot. I was like, that's a big deal if your cats die. And Doctor Strange was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then he's like, my
but then
brother
imagine,
also.
Do you know how many of those conversations he's probably had? Because out of all the Avengers, he seems like the only one that actually goes out for walks. I seem to be like obsessed with his walks, but none of the other guys do. I'm sure Cap never left his apartment looking at old like 930s posters. Tony Stark he was in a different level. He'd be on yachts and stuff. Yeah. But Doctor Strange seems to be just walking around in the same neighborhood, like an episode of Friends.
Yeah.
So everyone on the street probably says, yo, you fucked us for 5 years. Thanks for nothing.
Also, what I'm thinking is, everyone knows that he chose to give the stone.
Yeah, who gave out that information? Was there a documentary made? Did like Captain America give an interview saying like, yeah, that was Steven.
Yeah.
He decided that.
Like,
that was his call.
Tony's dead, right?
Yeah.
And when they gave the stone, when he took the stone, everyone else was defeated, so nobody saw it. It was only Tony. Yeah. And he died before the news could come out. So Strange was like, yeah, I did it. I dusted all of you.
Was there a press conference with all the Avengers sitting on a long table fielding questions from reporters about the actions they took?
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know.
There was something very tiring about this movie. I feel drained after watching it.
We can't find anything good, but what's a couple things that you would change that would make it really better?
Well, what do I know, man? I'm not a Hollywood director. Restore Steven to the way he was in the last few movies. If they want to change him, show us that progression. Like they did with Wanda in WandaVision, all right? We saw her change. But the version of Doctor Strange we saw in this movie is the same moron we saw in Spider-Man, right? The guy that doesn't seem to know what the fuck he's doing all of a sudden.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, magic and shit. What the fuck do I do? Oh, gosh. Wong. Like, so what? He got demoted, so he's forgotten everything.
Yeah.
Did they take away like half of his brain or something?
Yeah.
So that is my one change I would make.
I think somebody said to me, Omar Ahmad, shout out, he said they should have shown more universes or had weirder universes. One thing the Illuminati thing pissed me off the most. Like, it would have been an average movie without them, but with them it's bad.
Really?
And
okay.
And I think that's because they died so easily. I think if they'd really given Wanda like a tough time, and I would have respected her more too, that, show her drawing from the book, getting more powerful, but also crazier. I think that would have really made that bit more valuable. But America Chavez, whatever, that's all she was gonna do. Wong is relegated to side character. Even when he's the main guy, he's the side guy. Omar was also saying that thing that she was doing with the reflections. They're like, why is there so much water in puddles in every room in Kamartaj?
Inside? Are they just like pissing on the floor?
That's exactly what he said.
Do they have leaking rooms or something? Like, wow, Kamartaj really sucks.
So they have
Where do they
Wi-Fi.
sleep?
They have Wi-Fi, but not dry floors. No mops.
No housekeeping. No housekeeping. For the
Disney
dumb
made a-
ones, the ones that don't make the top, the ones that don't learn all the hand moves,
Yeah.
give them a mop.
Disney made a whole movie where Mickey Mouse enchants mops. Look it up. I forget the name. So this is canon. But yeah, give it a score so that we can wrap.
Oh man, I'd give it a 3.
Okay.
A 3. Like, you know, it was much better than some of the bad ones that I've seen, but
Sure.
I just felt it was disappointing. And I also feel like this current phase of MCU movies doesn't know what it's doing anymore.
That's a big
It
problem.
now seems like
Yeah,
they're just making it up.
that's a big
This
problem.
this multiverse thing felt like it was going to be something cohesive, but I feel like they change it in
Yeah,
every movie.
yeah,
It's like what Doctor Strange did in Spider-Man had no effect
yeah,
or mention in this
Yeah.
movie,
yeah.
right? You'd think it'd be a bigger deal, right? But
Yeah.
it's just like there's no carry-on, there's no follow-through. And then what Loki did in Loki seems to make no
Yeah.
difference.
Like how do the timelines interact with the multiverse? Somebody asked me, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense." Yeah.
It changes in every movie.
Are they the same? Are they different? I
No.
think the multiverse offers infinite possibilities, and that's a problem because they don't know like how to. Because you need to have like a trajectory, right?
Yeah.
And they don't seem to have that at the moment. But yeah, I think I'd give it a 3 also. It seems harsh, but a 5 is an average. Anything above a 5 is like above average good. So if we don't
Yeah.
like it, it has to be below 5. And like if it had if the Illuminati put up like a sick fight, it would be like
Yeah,
a 6
yeah.
or a 7.
Made it worthwhile.
Yeah.
If that was the highlight scene of the movie,
Yeah.
it would have been like that would have been the talk of the town. Like in Spider-Man, when the 3 Spider-Men came together.
Exactly.
That worked. They did it well in that
Yeah.
movie.
Fan service was really well done in the Spider-Man movie.
In Spider-Man,
really well
yeah.
done movie. But yeah, okay, that's our review. If you made it here leave a comment, like.
I applaud you for listening to all of this. Well done.
If you've listened to the whole thing and not watched the movie, what's the point?
What?
What's the point?
Are you saying we're more entertaining than the movie? Because
Possible. All right. Thanks. Bye, everyone. Take care. Thank you, Rahail.